Hello everybody, welcome back to Woodworking with Fergus. No, I'm just kidding, my name's not Fergus, my name's Jake, and I do voices and entertain and I like woodworking. So, that's what we do here. And also, axes. And like I said, I like woodworking. And basically every woodworker's first project is a cutting board. And I have yet to do that. I've done mainly axe handles. I've built a bench out of live oak. I have oak slabs that I want to make tables out of. I've made little jigs here and there. I've done a lot of random woodworking things, but I have not built a cutting board. So that's what we're gonna do. But I have a concept. I've seen it briefly done before. I don't know, it was a long time ago. It was either John Malecki or, I don't know who it was. But it's a concept for like an abstract cutting board. And with my axe handles, I use a lot of exotic woods like Purpleheart, Bloodwood. But I have canary wood, I use leopard wood, Osage orange. I got a lot of sweet woods and a lot of cut-off pieces and a lot of pieces I just don't use. So I want to use those to make a cutting board. And the concept is, if you put these boards on top of each other like this, for example, like this, CA glue, hot glue, whatever, and you do a cut in them, so now you have pieces like this, detach these, now you have this. So then what do? You take it back, and you go back through, do that, and then you're able to kind of piece them all together, right? That's as far as I've gotten up here. So I think I just need to do it. I want to do that with these. So first things first, I need to get these the same shape. So I'll take them on my planer and get them the same exact width, and then cut them on my table saw, get them the same exact dimensions. And I think it'll look quite cool. I don't know. But there's one way to find out, and that is to do it. So, we're gonna do it. Okay, I have my pieces of wood, and they are essentially the same size, within a 1/16, I'm sure, and that really doesn't matter because I surface them after the whole thing is done. Right now, I just need to put them together, do all the lines I want to do, and then put them together, glue them, and then put them back on each other, and then cut them this way. And I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to cut them in half exactly, so then I can piece them sideways. So they're not long, they're more square. So I think it's gonna be sick. I'm excited. I really am. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut these in half on the table saw, glue them up, and I will see you when they are dried together. We can put them on top of each other and then start doing squiggles. See you then. Okay, it's a few days later. I just got these planed up. I just need to get them on top of each other, glue them so they're the same exact spot, and then I'll go through on the bandsaw and make some little wigglers. And then, interchange them, glue them, let them set, and then I'll go back and do little wigglers this way. I don't know. We're just gonna do it. So let's get some, I think what I'll do is, it's so messy. Get your super glue, get your Scotch tape. This is gonna make it difficult for me actually. I'm an idiot. Okay, let me get this taped up and then we'll start cutting. Okay, so now you just do some glue. Whoops. That is frickin' plenty. This is fine. Everything's fine. All right, bandsaw. Oh. Okay, so we have our things. Now, take that off. Peel these apart. So it'll become a vision in a second here. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay, so. What the frick? Okay, there it is. So look at that. I have the boards. Now watch the magic. Oh. Look at that little jigsaw puzzle. Oh. Look at that. Now one more. Okay. So look at that. Oh, that looks actually sweet. So then I glue these together, do the same thing, put this back on top, and then I go back this way. And then interchange. Yeah, I'm just gonna do another glue up, and I'll get back to you when that's cured, which is gonna be tomorrow at like 1 a.m. Because I'm working late. Okay, see you then. All right, so we have them all glued up, and I think the joints are alright, but I don't know exactly. I think there's a few spots where, I don't know. This is just a trial, so it'll be fine. So now, what you do is we put these back together, and then we flip it. Do the lines, and then you come back, interchange them, glue them, and you should have 2 cutting boards that might look kind of cool, might look like shit, and that's alright. But yeah, and then we finish them off. I've been putting them through the planer, but you're going across the grind, and that doesn't work super well. I mean, it's not creating any tear out or anything, but what it's doing is just taking like shards off, which is fine. Like, I really don't have any tear out. But dust collector does not work. It gets jammed up immediately. And yeah, so what we're gonna do now is I'm going to do the little glue trick. This has been a fun project so far. It takes a lot of time with all the individual glue ups and cure times, but it's fun. I'm learning for sure. Okay, so then flip it down like that, do the bandsaw. Okay, I need a new bandsaw blade. This took kind of a lot, and I think what I want to do before this glue up is lightly sand this edge, because I think that was kind of my issue in the last one, where there's like a couple different spots, there's just a tiny little gap, and I think I just need to use more glue on this glue up, but that's what I'm trying it before I actually start making cutting boards that I can sell, because I mean, that's what I want to do. Yeah, so I think I'm going to take a sander, just lightly do it, because I don't want to mess up this seam where then there's a gap. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be like that's almost there, right? But I don't know. So I'm going to sand that up and see how that works. Okay, the vision has come to fruition. I love it. And some of these joints are perfect. Like this one, that is a beauty of a joint. But then some of them a little bit like this one for some reason. It fits like this. Yeah, it's just a little bit off. And I think the bottom is off too. I don't know. I'm just gonna glue the hell out of them and see how they turn out. Yeah. But look at that. That's a cool cutting board. Cutting board or like a serving tray or anything. And what I'm envisioning, picture this, but shrunken down, put it on an axe handle like a palm swell. So for instance, this is a palm swell. This is a Purpleheart handle, and then I'll laminate a chunk of oak on either side, so then it's fatter right here, right? So picture this pattern right here. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? I've never seen that done before, but that'd be pretty sweet. It's like a cool wavy checkers, and then you can continue to do this. I'm only gonna do it like this, but glue these up, put them on top of each other again, and then maybe do diagonal cuts or straight line cuts or something. Like you can, it's endless. It could essentially go down to like the tiniest little weird jaggedy checkered squares, which would just be wild. Anyways, I'm gonna be sure to use a lot more glue this time and then clamp it up, and then I'll be back in a week. So it'll be curing for like a long time, which who cares? That's good. Anyways, yeah, so I will get back to you in a week, but for y'all, it'll be like 1 second. 1 Mississippi. Okay, I'm finally back. Long story. It was very quick for y'all, but it's been a couple weeks. And I have my first cutting board. And we're going to see how good these joints are. Okay, a lot of glue on the bottom, which I can take off. And for the most part, it looks pretty dang flat. So what I'm going to do, I am going to take this through my new toy. And you're sitting on it right now, so just look down. Oh, hang on. It's a drum sander. I don't have all my piping up yet, so I'm only doing 2, so I'll just run it on this side and then should be fine. But look at this beast. 37-inch drum sander from Grizzly. It is incredible. I've done some tests on it, and the results are amazing. It just sands things so perfectly. Like, look at this. Look at this piece of oak. I think 2 passes. It's just incredible. So we're gonna try this and see what it looks like. Okay, we are going to see what happens. You gotta wipe your glue off before, so you don't have to deal with all this. Usually, the best way to do it is you make your clamps, you wait like an hour or 2, take your clamps off, get off all this glue so it's not bonded to it, and then put the clamps back on and wait 24 hours. I, however, did not do that because I left for a week. So I got some BS right there. But I just want to see what this face looks like because it is going to be gorgeous. Look at that. Starting to get it. Oh, look at that. So this is my Grizzly drum sander, dude. And it just made short work. Look at this. This is my first practice of a cutting board. And I just did it lickety split. Aside from the glue ups and the cuts, like, it didn't really take long at all. And this is insane. Now, of course, I have to finish it. I have to make sure it's super flat, so I'll probably take a hand planer and do that. And then oil it up and finish sand it to 220, maybe even go up to 320. And yeah, I have a cutting board. This is the start of my journey. Look at that. So now that I got my cutting board, I want to flatten it. And there's a couple ways you can do that. Obviously right here, see how we got a little bit of a warp. So this is like a high side. What you can do is you can make a sled, do like MDF or plywood. That's like the best way because you know it's perfectly flat. And then you find the high spot, you put a little wedge in there, and you create a flat side. And then you take glue the wedge down, glue it down, maybe a couple little dabs here and there. And then you send it through your drum sander. And then what it does is it creates a flat side parallel to this, which we know is flat. And then you can take it off, flip it all the way around, and then send it through the drum sander on this newly flat side, and you're good to go. Okay, this is my first cutting board that I've ever made, and we're finishing it off with some walrus oil cutting board oil. This is Bloodwood and Purpleheart, and yeah, let's just do it. I might need more sanding, I don't know, but oh. Oh Lord, that is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, just look at how pretty that wood is. I think the sanding is perfect. I think I successfully made my first cutting board. Shout out to Walrus Oil and shout out to Grizzly for helping me do this. Just look at how gorgeous that is. I'm pleased. See y'all.